All right, we've got a doozy of a story. The Wall Street Journal just came out with a bombshell story that has a letter that they say Donald Trump wrote to Epstein, and to me is a smoking gun and clearly shows that Donald Trump is definitely wrapped up in everything that Jeffrey Epstein did. I have JD Vance's response to this. I have Donald Trump's stupid response that I'm going to very easily retort. First, let's go through this story. Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. There's a lot here, but these are the important bits. Ghislaine Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album, according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is body, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breast, and the future president's signature is a squiggle Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. In an interview with the Journal on Tuesday, Trump said that it wasn't him. He said, "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story," he said. So this is definitely real, because that is the only thing Donald Trump says when something is real, is that it's fake. He went on to say, "I never wrote a picture in my life. I have some evidence to very easily counter that." And then he also said, "I don't draw pictures of women." He said, "It's not my language. It's not my words." And then he said, "I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else." This is what happens when CBS and ABC settle for a lawsuit they easily could have won. It makes someone like Donald Trump a bully, feel like he can get away with anything. And he's going to sue. And I don't know what the Wall Street Journal is going to do. Were they going to settle? It isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in the third person. This is what it says. Voiceover. "There must be more to life than having everything," the note began. "Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be a wonderful secret." Ugh. Did anyone else get the chills hearing that? That was really very odd. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Nor will I, since I also know what it is. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Ugh. Very, very strange. Well, JD Vance said very quickly, "Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter bullshit. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where's the letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone else honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump? Doesn't it violate some rule of journalistic ethics to publish a letter like this without showing it to the victim of this hit piece? Will the people who have bought into every hoax against President Trump show an ounce of skepticism before buying into this bizarre story? I'm telling you, the Wall Street Journal would not publish this unless it was airtight. And I'm sure the person who gave it to them is also part of the reason why they trust that this is real. Now, Donald Trump, now remember, JD Vance said that they never sent the letter. They never showed the letter. Now, Donald Trump doesn't say that. Donald Trump says the Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter, supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print this fake story, but he did. And now I'm going to sue his ass off and that of his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for your attention to this matter, DJT." Now, he said that he told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam. So obviously the Wall Street Journal contacted Trump, and Trump's in the story. He responded to it. So they gave him the opportunity to respond. I'm sure they showed him all the evidence. So JD Vance is an idiot. Also, JD Vance says it doesn't sound like Trump. Donald Trump says, I love his defenses. "I would never draw pictures." Okay, well, wouldn't you know it? Trump loves to draw. Look at all these drawings. Trump loves to draw. So Trump says he doesn't like to draw. Well, he does like to draw. Gavin Newsom says, quoting Trump, "I never wrote a picture in my life." And then, of course, here are more pictures of Donald Trump drawing the Manhattan skyline. And Alex Cole asked Grok simply, "Is it true Donald Trump and Epstein were both listed on a lawsuit involving a young girl. And it turns out that is true. In 2016, there was a lawsuit filed where Trump and Epstein raped a 13-year-old girl, allegedly, in Epstein's home in 1994, which is about 9 years before that letter was made. Now, Donald Trump also said that this is not my language. It's not my words. Well, before we hear this clip, let me just remind you, Donald Trump writes here, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And then here is Donald Trump.
Now, Carson's an enigma to me. I didn't say it.
You hear that? Carson's an enigma to me.
Carson's an enigma to me.
The letter. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? I mean, I don't think I've say enigma very much, but that is quite the coincidence, isn't it? And if you're not getting it, yes, this is definitely Donald Trump. Donald Trump wrote this thing. It is very eerie what he's saying in there, knowing what Jeffrey Epstein did, knowing what Donald Trump has been alleged to have done to other women and children. Very eerie. Tim Miller, responding to J.D. Vance, says, when J.D. Vance tweeted 4 years ago, what possible interest would the U.S. government have in keeping Epstein's client secret? Tim Miller just writes, it's an enigma. Brilliant, brilliant. Now, if you don't know, there's another CEO in the news, and that is someone who was at a Coldplay concert. He was, I guess, cheating on his wife with an employee, and wouldn't you know it, the Jumbotron revealed these two, and if you don't know, then they freaked out, and if they wouldn't have freaked out, then no one would have known that they were committing adultery because no one would have ever seen this clip. But what I love about this clip I'm about to show you is Congressman Maxwell Frost, his take on it and what he did next. Watch this.
All right, here's my take. Number one, don't cheat. Don't cheat on your spouse. And number two, you're idiots. All you had to do was play it off. Like, it's not like your loved ones are watching the Coldplay Jumbotron footage at home. Like, no one would be talking about this. Why is my guy going prone like there's a sniper? I thought there'd be a red dot sight somewhere. Now that I got your attention, they were holding a 15-year-old in the Everglades internment camp, a place where they're only supposed to be holding men over the age of 18. They were holding a teen. And the only reason we know is because the mom came out, told people, they checked with the federal government. The federal government lied and said, no, there's not a 15-year-old there. And then the state came out and said, yes, we messed up. Since then, they've moved him, but this raises a ton of concerns. Are there other teens there? Are there children there? Nobody knows. So there's two things I'm doing about it. Number one, I have a bill that I put in called the Sue Them Act, which makes it and requires ICE to publish the names, the ages, everything, why they were arrested of every person in the detainment facilities. This is a huge problem. Like, families don't know where people are. Attorneys don't know where people are. We need the transparency. But the second thing is a lot of these facilities shouldn't exist in the first place. Like this place, and I don't use that name because I'm not going to use their dumbass name, but this internment camp must be shut down. And we have legislation coming out very soon to do that very thing with other Florida Democrats.
So that is brilliant messaging there, and I hate that we have to do something like that to get people to pay attention about another story. But this is why we need more Democrats in Congress, and this is why I am partnering with this really great organization called Oath, where we are working together to flip the House. Now, I brought this up a couple of days ago, and I should have said that I have a list of people here that you can donate to who, if they win, we are likely to flip the House. Now, I'm not getting any money from them. I'm not getting any money from this donation thing here, okay? So all the money that you donate to help flip the House and goes straight to these candidates, doesn't go to me, okay? I have selected a list here of the candidates who are most likely to, one, win, and two, flip the House if they do win. And you'll see here that there are actually two nominee funds because it's a contested primary. So we're not actually sure who's going to win yet. So whoever does win those primaries gets the donations, okay? So I think it's a great way for all of you to help get involved, to help flip the House, because we need more people like Maxwell Frost. We need more Democrats in office who actually understand the severity of what is happening right now. And we need to get Republicans out of power in order to make a lot of changes, like he's saying with that internment camp. So I'm partnering with Oath to help make that happen. There's a link below in the description, and there's a link in the comments. Please do donate what you can if you can, and it will make a big difference. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like on the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.